Hello, welcome back to the Digressor. Yeah, it's been a while. Uh, yeah, I've been busy. Lots happening over here. Yeah. Not much I can not update worthy. Oh, wait, there is something, update worthy. So, I did get a job technically. It was a temporary 1-week job with Ubisoft. I had a 1-week job with Ubisoft. It was meant to be a week. I wasn't fired or anything. I couldn't talk about it until September 1st because I signed an NDA, and the embargo was on. It ended on the August 31st, so we can talk about it. September 1st. Basically, I demoed Far Cry 6. And I was one of the first people to play it. It is awesome. I cannot wait for it to come out. But yeah. Enough of that. This episode, I actually... I wasn't going to do this. I actually decided this, 10 minutes ago. I was going to do this. So about, I don't know, 8 hours ago. Okay, it's currently 7:14 p.m. on Sunday, the 5th of September, 2021. And about 8 hours ago, just before noon-ish, maybe 8 hours ago, it was 11 something, almost noon. I was watching a video by, let's see, I have it pulled up here. The video was by Nostalgia Nerd on YouTube. The video is called GeoCities 20 Years Later. And it was really interesting, actually. I remember GeoCities. Because of my, I was in high school. And in 2003, I think. I know when I was in high school, but I'm thinking it was either freshman or sophomore year, which is 2003 or 2004. Anyway, we had to... what just happened? We had to make a GeoCities page as a project, and I passed. I got the highest grade, but I almost failed. I was almost disqualified because a teacher said that I was a little too creative because GeoCities is very limiting. Was very limiting. It's not available now. And I was trying to do things that you really couldn't do on there. I was ahead of my time. And I was trying to put way too much, and it was loading down the school server, and I almost got in trouble from the school, but I still passed. I was top of the class. But anyway, I had a page. I remember using it. That's basically what I'm getting at. And I remember when Yahoo announced, I think in 2009, that they were shutting it down. And I was like, no. And then in the video, it was talking about the history of GeoCities. And it was talking about how when Yahoo went, my battery's low. I plugged it. Oh. Yeah, I plugged it in, but I didn't plug it into the laptop. So, yeah, you gotta do both. Anyway, so, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so when Yahoo announced that they were shutting down GeoCities, a bunch of people went and started archiving. There's 35 million pages on GeoCities or something like that. I don't remember. I'm just going by what he said. And so, a lot of it's archived, and you can actually go and look through all these old pages. I don't remember. My page is probably on there somewhere, but I don't remember. It was it was before I actually started using internet, and so I didn't have my usernames and stuff, and I had it was basically we had the teacher said call it this, and we didn't get to decide what it would be called, so it wouldn't be under my name or anything. So it's probably there. I'm just never going to find it, so I'm not even going to look. Anyway, what was exciting was like there's a bunch of pages that are available, and I was reading the comments on there, and actually I want to see exactly who this was. Somebody named Rabid Rodent commented, "NeoCities is carrying on GeoCities' torch nowadays. If anyone feels they missed out on this era or are nostalgic to give another go, check it out." Yeah. So I did. I went on there. I went to, it's neocities.org. And it's basically GeoCities. You have to know HTML to use it. And you can build your own 90s site, basically, from scratch using HTML. And I thought, oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, and then I kind of... I made a 90s themed website for this podcast. And if you see the episode logo, you see what I mean. I made I'm not going to replace the permanent logo, but it's just for this episode, I'm making that the episode thing. And yeah, I haven't actually used HTML since MySpace, like 15 years ago. So I had lost a lot of that knowledge, and I had to relearn some stuff. They have like a very basic tutorial, like here's how to do a paragraph, here's how to insert a link, but like it's just that introduction tutorial, and it's like the further you go, we'll teach you how to do this. Like, no, show me now. And so I had to actually go and look up like how to do HTML, like on other things, to do other stuff. And if at the current state of the site, it's very basic. I literally I put the logo, the 90s logo, I put the description, that I tend to ramble when I talk and all that, I put that, and then just a list of all the episodes with a link on each one to the actual website's page. I was going to do like a full... I didn't realize how hard it was going to be to do HTML. I thought, oh, I'll just make this real quick, throw this together. I was going to make a page, like a 90s page. I was going to go over the top, like a total 90s website. And like every page is like a 90s version of the actual website. But then like, once I started using it, I realized just how hard it was. And I'm like, I'm not going to do it like that. So it's very basic looking. It's just the logo, the description, and then a list of all 42 episodes and the minisodes, and then they're linked to the actual website's page for the episodes. And yeah, so after I did that, like that actually took 5 hours. Wait, hang on. I sent it to my sister, and then I said, let's see. Where is it? Why is it the text bar is coming up? No, where is that's? It doesn't look like it, but that's 5 hours of work. I plan on doing more once I learn more HTML. It's a good way to learn that stuff, especially since I'm wanting to get a tech job. Yeah, that's, yeah, because when I first started working on the page, I had to like look back and forth and like, what do I do? I don't know. What do I do? I don't know. What do I do? But then like, because there's 42 episodes plus the minisodes, and by the time I get to the end, I'm literally just speed typing, and then I had to go and copy and paste the link to the the page of the episodes and then fast type the code, copy paste the link, and it took a long time. It made me realize that we take them like WordPress and Squarespace and Wix and Weebly and all those. We take those for granted because they make it so easy to make a website. You can just slap one together real fast and it's a great looking website. And you didn't really do anything. You just like tweaked a template you just picked. And yeah, like if I were to make the same page that I made on NeoCities, if I had made that on WordPress or Weebly or Wix, it would have taken me like 20 minutes. But it wouldn't have been the same, you know? Like, at least this way, I'm learning HTML while I'm doing it. Because, yeah, I actually hand-typed all the coding for this website. So it actually means more than just, oh, I slapped this together in 5 minutes. So, but that kind of, once I stopped, like 3 hours ago, I was like, okay, I've got that all done. This is a basic site. I'm going to work on it more later. I'm going to rest for now. Work on it later. But I kept looking into like the 90s internet because it just kind of interested me. Because like I wasn't, my first time on the internet was in 2001, and it was my family had, like, they left me home alone. It happened all the time. They went to the lake or something, and they left me home alone. It was a normal thing. And my stepfather he was like, all right, you can go on the computer while we're gone. And that was a big deal because I wasn't even allowed to touch the computer. And it was my first time on the internet. And actually, I turned on the computer, he signed it in, and my sister's Yahoo Messenger popped up. It automatically logged her in. And one of her friends messaged thinking it was her, and I'm like, oh, I'm actually her I'm like not her. And and so what's funny is that person was the very first person I ever met online, and we're still friends to this day. It's crazy. There's, I don't know how many countless people I've met and don't even remember online. And the funny thing is like, she and my sister aren't even friends. Like, they don't even remember each other. Like, I brought like my sister, I was like, hey, do you remember this person? And they're like, no, who's that? Like, oh, it's one of your friends I met through you. Now they're one of my best friends. Oh, I don't remember her. Anyway, so I didn't experience the 90s internet. I mean, I barely remember. I kind of remember that era, like the 2001 to 2006, because I didn't have my own internet, and I was using this either the few times I was allowed to use the internet at home, and then when I used the internet at the computer, at school. And the school was a bad example of the internet because like everything was blocked. They had a very strict block on there. Like most game sites were blocked, and there was Google, but you couldn't really Google anything because most sites were blocked. And yeah. So I had very limited internet knowledge until about 2007. Yeah, when I moved to Georgia, moved in with my cousin, and she had a computer, and I was on her computer like all the time. When I wasn't at work, I was on her computer, and that was my first like, oh, that's the internet moment. It's 2007. I made my Facebook account while I was there. September 14th, 2007. I don't know why I remember that day. Oh, that's coming up. 14 years. Let's see. Yeah, a little over a week. Wow. That's, anyway, so I've been thinking, oh no, today, like, I've always been interested in 90s internet. Like, I think back on, like, when I see, like, video and stuff of, like, the early, like, Google, like, I see screen captures of people going on to, like, the Wayback Machine and looking at, like, the old Google, the old logo, and, like, Amazon when it first started, and all that. I hear, like, eBay was founded in, like, 94, and that's just like, what? But then, like, I never really, like, it's always something, like, I didn't have any experience with it, so I was just like, oh, that's a fascinating thing, but I never really looked into it. But, like, the last 3 hours, that's all it's just been like, oh, that's all I've been doing is 90s internet. Because actually, there's another YouTuber I want to shout out here that kind of inspired this. I literally did a YouTube search for 90s internet. First result was called The Internet as It Was in 96, 90s websites. And it was uploaded by Dan Wood. And he's basically doing like a stream type thing where, like, I don't know if he was actually streaming, but like he's in the corner going through the website. And there's a site called theoldnet.com. It's kind of like the Wayback Machine, but he was talking about how... Oh, wait. If you've never heard of Wayback Machine, basically, like, a lot of the internet has been archived, like the old sites and stuff, and you can go to, like, the Wayback Machine and look at, like, type in a year or whatever, and look at sites from, like, the 90s or early 2000s or whatever. Problem with that is that they're archived, and it's the same sites, it's just... they usually, like, update the sites. It's not the actual website. It's just, like, it's kind of... He explained it, but, like, I'm not good at explaining things. I try to explain that to people, but, well... it's archived. It's the same page, but it's not. They update it, so, like, if, there's no Flash on the internet, I don't think. Like... Flash isn't a thing too much anymore. And so all these old sites where everything was Flash based, the Wayback Machine, it updates it to whatever they're using now, so it works. And so with the oldnet.com, it actually shows in the you can actually view on the original like he had his Windows 95 computer, and he opened up Netscape, and so he was on the original operating system, on the original browser, looking at the original website. And he couldn't do that on, like, if you had on Windows 98 and open Netscape, you couldn't use Wayback Machine, basically, is what he was getting at. And it's like, how long is this video? Oh, it's only 17 minutes. It seemed like a whole lot longer than that because he covers so much. But yeah, like, it was really interesting. Like, the internet used to be so much simpler. I mean, obviously, like, because they couldn't have all this, the heavy websites. Like, you go to, like, Nintendo.com, and it's like, I was going to say Flash heavy, but I just covered that. Like, there's no Flash. But you know what I mean? Like, it's not... okay, so, like, I'm tech savvy, but kind of patchy. I never, like, went to, like, a tech school or something. I'm all, like, self-taught, and I only know what I've done. So, like, I've never really... I'm kind of just now getting into this sort of stuff. So, like, I know stuff, but I don't know everything. So, like, I could, like, go on and on about a certain thing about the internet or computers, but then you're like, how many megahertz does your laptop have? And I'm like, mega what? Like, that's a basic thing. I don't know what that means. But I'm getting there. But anyway, what I wanted to talk about was 90s internet, because that just, it fascinates me, and it, like, I'm glad the internet is the way it is now, because, like, can you imagine trying to load YouTube in, like, 94? It wouldn't have worked. Netflix, that couldn't have been a thing. So, like, internet, like, with the whole dial-up stuff, and, like, they're still talking, like, megabytes, that's a lot. Yeah, like, now you got, like, terabytes on your phone. And Sebi is barking. But I kind of wanted to go through the, let's see if I still have it up, the GeoCities. I think it's geocities.com. I don't think that's still up. Smallbusiness.yahoo. No, okay. So I did look. I was looking through some GeoCities sites earlier, and it was like geocities.com/blah blah blah. But I don't know. Wait, hang on. Let me see. Paul McCartney, Brian Wilson conspiracy. This is interesting. This is hilarious. Let's see. Oh, there it is. Very top. Okay, if you do a search for Paul McCartney, Brian Wilson conspiracy, the first result is, oh, that's why it didn't come up. geocities.ws. All right. This is great. This is great. And it archives it because there's a few pictures that don't load. And wait, click allow if you're not a robot. Block. I am not a robot. Okay, it's not gonna load. Okay, it loaded on my phone, but it's not going to load on my laptop. I still have it pulled up. I will just read it off my phone. Okay. Oh yeah, I have Angel Fire pulled up because I kind of went down the rabbit hole, like, really far. Angel Fire's still around. Like, you can, like, get a new account and everything. I mean, I'm not going to, but it's there. Alright. Paul McCartney and Brian Wilson conspiracy. Alright, so, in case you're curious, let me go back. Now, let's see. All of these are blocked by my computer, so it will not let me. But if you want to follow along, it is geocities.ws/beetlebomb85/PMBW.html, which I don't know if the .html matters, but anyway. Yes, there is a conspiracy between Paul McCartney, and bass player of the Beatles, and Brian Wilson, the songwriting genius and bass player of the Beach Boys. There's an unspoken connection between these two bass-playing twins. I swear. Don't believe me? Read on, maestro. Paul's birthday is June 18th, 1942. 2 days later, Brian Wilson was born on the other side of the Atlantic, June 20th, 1942. Paul McCartney was born in Liverpool, England, and Brian Wilson was born in Hawthorne, California. Liverpool has 9 letters, and so does Hawthorne. Paul has one younger brother, Peter Michael McCartney, or Mike. Brian Wilson's cousin's name is also Michael, or simply Mike. Also, Brian has 2 younger brothers, Carl and Dennis. Carl has 4 letters, and so does Mike. Stretching it? I don't think so. Brian Wilson's masterpiece with the Beach Boys, Pet Sounds, was inspired by the Beatles' groundbreaking album, Rubber Soul. Pet Sounds inspired Paul McCartney and the other Beatles to create their next masterpiece, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. And then it has quotes from both where they're basically talking about when they heard the songs. When the Beatles visited India in 1968, Brian's cousin Mike went with him. While there, Paul wrote back in the USSR a sort of Beach Boys tribute. Mike says he helped write the song, but here's what Brian had to say about the song itself. I didn't even recognize that until someone said something. I thought it was really adorable. Paul chewed vegetables and co-produced the Beach Boys track Vegetables. Also, it said Paul chews. There's a typo here. It says Paul chewed vegetables. Vegetables, one word. I don't know. Vegetables. And co-produced the Beach Boys track Vegetables, which was due to be released on the album Smile. The album was never released, but you can find that track on the Beach Boys box set, Good Vibrations, 30 Years of the Beach Boys. And it talks. It's another quote. Let's see. I'm going through it, and I'm like, while I was reading it, I'm sitting there like, all right, where's the conspiracy? It's like, I thought it was like setting up, like, oh, this is who they are. This is, there's a slight connection because, they're famous at the same time and they're inspired each other. And then at the very bottom, oh wait, it says they both wore these adorable black rimmed glasses between 1965 and 1966, and it's a bunch of pictures of both of them wearing similar glasses. And here's the ending of it. I get to the end, and it says, so, see what I mean? It's a conspiracy. There you have it, folks. The Paul McCartney, Brian Wilson conspiracy. Scares me to death. If you have anything you'd like to add to the conspiracy, send as pictures, such as pictures, please email me. Oh, I didn't even notice that. Email me. Let's see. Is the email still there? Can I? Yes. The email still. It does load. Okay. I'm not gonna say their email. I am gonna look them up on Facebook to see if. Is that weird? Well, nothing came up. So. Oh wait. No. Nothing came up but a bunch of Beatles stuff. Okay. Twitter. I'm going to look them up on Twitter. No results for that. Okay, well, that's an example of what the internet was like. And actually, when was this? It doesn't say when this was made. No, it doesn't say. There's no article of it. Yes, I know. That I thought that was really not interesting. I believe it. It's interesting. That was something that someone believed and wrote, and I don't know. Part of me thinks it's satire, but I don't know. I've read some crazy things on GeoCities. I was reading a bunch of things, and that one was just kind of the funniest. I've read a lot of conspiracy theorists. And then what was that the thing I was gonna say? Oh, I kind of wish they. I wish they hadn't I wish they hadn't closed GeoCities, because what we have, what I just read, that was archived. So wait, actually, hang on. I'm going to go to, because I did geocities.com, and it was like, hey, this doesn't exist. It rerouted to Yahoo because Yahoo owned GeoCities. They bought them in '99. But I'm going to do geocities. What was it? WS. All right, let's see. Geocities.ws. It actually is, but says it looks like one of those, you type in something wrong, and it's like, buy this domain. Here's the web archive. We've got a blog. What's the blog say? 3 $3.95 a month. Okay, I'm gonna not do this. What else? How long have I been recording? Oh, exactly half an hour. Like literally, the second I opened up Audio Director, it passed the 30-minute mark. Like what else about? Like 90s internet. I just keep saying that. 90s internet. Ha 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 ha. No, but like another thing that guy was going through, on that stream that I was watching. I don't think it was a stream. It was just like set up like a stream. Dan Wood, he went to the Sega website on the oldnet.com. I didn't even go there. Let's see. TheOldNet.com. There it is. Welcome to the old internet again. You can go to basically any website. I'm actually going to go to... By default, it has Nintendo.com, and it has 1996 as the default year. I'm going to go to Nintendo.com in 96. Oh, yeah, this is what he went to Nintendo.com, and this is basically... what I was talking about earlier, and internet was so simple back then, because like they didn't have like video and everything. Even something like they had like the Nintendo website back then, it was mostly text. They had like interviews, and it was just all text based. And then like he went to the BBC's website, and there's very few pictures, and it actually kind of looked like a GeoCities website, and it was the BBC. So that's just kind of crazy. What's the year range for this thing? 94 to 2010. All right, let's see. Nintendo's website in 94. Did they have a website back then? It doesn't. It just says it jumps to 96. Okay. Oh, actually, I'm curious. Let's see. Because I remember this was the original Facebook.com, and let's see. Change the year to 2003. The Facebook.com 2003. Oh wow. This is crazy. I never saw it like this. A Mark Zuckerberg production. Copyright 2004. I thought it was 2003. The Facebook is an online directory that connects people through social networks at colleges. We have opened up the Facebook for popular consumption at Harvard University. You can use the Facebook to search for people at your school, find out who are in your classes, look up your friends' friends, see a visualization of your social network. To get started, click below to register. If you have already registered, you can log in. It's so bizarre. How bizarre. Da-na-na-na-na-na. No. Alright, let's see. Same year. MySpace.com. Oh. Okay, I wasn't on Facebook in 2003. I didn't go on there till 2007, so that was not nostalgic for me. This, on the other hand, oh, the feels. Going back. Retreat! Okay, so like I said, I didn't use the internet very much back then until 2007, but for some reason MySpace wasn't blocked at the school at first. I created a MySpace account in 2004, and they didn't block MySpace until 2006, like 2 months before I graduated. So I didn't go on MySpace for a few months. But I did have access to MySpace, and that is nostalgic to me. So Let's see. What else? Oh! Thanks to my sisters, this is also nostalgic to me. I don't even know if this site still exists. I mean, it's going to exist in 2003 because my sisters were on it, and I made an account, but I never logged into it. Let's see. This link doesn't exist. They didn't archive Vampire Freaks. So, that's unfortunate. But I am curious. Is Vampire... Wait. Vampire... Oh! I put Vampires Freaks. VampireFreaks.com. There we go. This plugin isn't supported. So, that's what I'm saying. They use Flash and they disconnected that. There's no Flash no more. Let's see. I'm going to open a new tab and see if the site still exists. Vampire Fruit. Yeah, it's a suggestion, but I want to type it out. Something, okay, so I use Microsoft Edge, and I get a lot of, people, and I want to tell people that, like, why do you use that? I have my reasons. I do have a few complaints, though. When you're typing in a, I got distracted. When you're typing in a domain, and it has a suggestion, like when I just typed in vampirefreaks.com, while I was typing in the vampire thing, the first suggestion was vampirefreaks.com. If I had selected it, instead of going there, it would have brought up a Bing result. So that's why I don't select the suggestions. I go ahead and type it out. I'm hitting enter. Vampirefreaks.com still exists. Yeah, creating an account. Wait, subscribe and get 10% off your purchase. Wait, what purchase? I was gonna, before that popped up, I was gonna say, why did it say USD? It says card? Wait, is this not accessories? Oh, wait, this isn't a social media anymore, is it? That kind of makes sense. It's like okay. It's the new Hot Topic, because Hot Topic isn't Hot Topic anymore. So my sister used to be a manager at Hot Topic. We used to go there all the time in high school, because nobody believes me when I tell them this, that I used to be gothic. My sisters and I were more into it. I just dressed the part. And we went to Hot Topic all the time. And then my sister, she was the manager there when we graduated high school. And in, I think, 2009 or 2010, or sometime around then, I was in the store. And I was looking at the CDs by the register, and I held one up, and I said, "Why are y'all selling Justin Bieber?" And she said, "Because it sells." And I was like, And that was the beginning of the end of Hot Topic for me. And the last time I was in there, it was, I went to a Hot Topic. I think the last time I was in there, I'm trying to remember, 2016. I walked in, and, well, for starters, I was upset because the lights were on. The thing with with Hot Topic, the lights were off, and they had like the little lights, and it was very dark in there. It sets the mood. When I went in there, the lights were on, and it was very colorful, and I'm like, this isn't Hot Topic. This is Spencer's. Anyway, so I'm looking at Vampire Freaks, and it looks like I'm scrolling through the stuff you can buy, and it looks like it's the new Hot Topic. Of course, with a name like Vampire Freaks, they should never sell out. If I'm going through here and I see Hello Kitty or Justin Bieber, okay, maybe Hello Kitty, that I can understand, but no Bieber. Actually, I am curious. Search. I'm going to search Hello Kitty. 59 results. Oh wait, it only looked up the word kitty. It didn't do a search for Hello Kitty. Did it not type the word hello? Okay, there's kitty. Let's see. Hello Kitty. There we go. Huh. It only searches one word at a time. I just typed in Hello Kitty. I hit enter, and then the hello went away, and it just searched for kitty. 59 results. I see Resident Evil, and that's the closest thing to like corporate I see on here. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of this kind of generic skeleton cats. So yeah. I made it all the way to the bottom of the search. I don't see any Hello Kitty, and the only thing I can see to like corporate is Resident Evil, which that still counts. Like heck, I would even accept Nightmare Before Christmas, because in Hot Topic, when they were Hot Topic, there was a lot of Nightmare on Elm Street. I mean, crap, Nightmare Before Christmas. So like, at first when I saw like the thing pop up, like saying like I saw like there's a shopping cart on Vampire Freaks and it says get 10% off, I got upset. I was like, no. I was thinking because like some social networks now, like, some of the old ones, like there's one I used to go on called High Five, and it was like MySpace, but different. And I logged into my old account a couple of years ago. I remember the login somehow, and so many microtransactions, and they've incorporated like games and stuff, but like you have to pay for everything. There's a paid subscription, and there's pay to do this friends thing, and it's not the same site. And so that's what I was thinking happened to Vampire Freaks. But then like I'm looking and I'm like I'm actually kind of happy that this happened. I got distracted, but I digress. Alright, let's see. Back to the oldnet.com. Let's see. What else was I on back then? There was another site. Oh yeah. Let's see. Eminem.com. No, .com. You used to be able to sign up on his website, and I had an account. I didn't really do anything. You just got like a newsletter or something like that. And nothing loaded. Yeah, it's just a white page. Not even any text saying nothing here. Yeah. That's 2003. Okay, let's go to 2004. Okay, yeah, something loaded, but I see the Eminem logo. It says November 16th, 2004. Parental advisory. But then, like, above that, I can tell where a video is supposed to be, but it says this plugin isn't supported. So, like, yeah. What else did I go on back then? Oh, wait. Oh, this definitely won't work. Crap. There was a lot of Flash game sites I used to go on back then, but obviously that's not going to work now. There was one that was like Gaming Sloth or something like that. Game Sloth? I think it was Game Sloth. And I would go on that one sometimes when they would let me get on at home. It was blocked at school. Oh, there it is! Game Sloth! Let's see if these even work. Let's see an easy one. One that's over a small one. There's Helicopter. Probably not going to load. Because, Flash. Cannot load. Yep, there we go. Oh, wait. It's loading the page. This plugin isn't supported. But at this site, this page is very nostalgic to me. But let's see if it still exists in the real world. Gamesloth.com. Oh, there it is. It still exists. And it looks totally different. Sonic. Let's see how this works. Is it the real Sonic, or is it some cheap, crappy Sonic? Sonic game description. Flash Sonic, get through every level, collect coins, and defeat Dr. Robotic. Okay. Oh! It's actually by Team Sonic, so it's like an official... Okay, never mind. I'm not going to play it right now because I'm doing something. Get distracted. I'm trying to think, what other sites did I use back then? GeoCities. Let's try geocities.com 2004. There we go. Yahoo GeoCities. GeoCities free web hosting. Share your personality with the world for free. Yahoo member login. Yahoo web hosting starting at $11.95 a month. Free site builder software, over 300 site templates. There's a 24/7 toll-free phone support, up to 2 gig storage, business mail, and more. Yeah. I could spend all day on this website. Like, seriously, there's a lot of websites I remember as I go. Because I haven't been on a lot of these in a long time, obviously. What else did I go on back then? Oh, actually, speaking of High Five, I'm going to try High Five. Let's see. High5.com. 2004. Yep, this is the site I remember. High Five is a place for meeting new people, connecting with friends, and sharing ideas. Find old friends, meet new people, browse photos. It's fun, it's safe, it's easy. Alright, now let me go and look at the current High Five. High5.com. And this is a mess. Okay, it's not. It's a clean looking website. But this is... Wait, log in with Facebook. I wasn't there last time. So, let me get this straight. You create your account on this social network with another social network. That... Alright, let's do this. Log in with Facebook. Oh crap, wait, no. That would just be creating another... I'll deal with it later. I don't want to deal with it right now. But yeah, 2 completely different websites. Technically, the old one looks like a mess because it's, 2004 website. And then the 2021 website that I just was on. Okay, if I've never heard of this site and you ask me, which layout do you prefer? Oh, I'm going with the new one because the new one looks a lot better. But I've used both versions. I know which one's better. You can't judge a website by its appearance. Oh, what's another website? Oh, Friendster.com. That's one I had an account on. But I was too late to that one. I joined in like 2007 or 2008. And everybody was bots at the time. And yeah, this is a very plain looking website. And let's see what it looks like now. If it even still exists. Friendster. That's not how it's spelled. Friendster.com. Con.com. Alright, let's see. Loading. I don't think it's gonna load. It's still loading. Yeah, can't reach this website. So, did you mean Fender.com? Is that a guitar website? Let's see. Right click. Open a new tab. Do web search for Friendster. Let's see. Friendster Wikipedia. Friendster was a social networking service based in the Mountain View, California. Let's see. Current status defunct as a social meeting site. It's closed. It closed on June 30th, 2018, so it doesn't exist anymore. However, I want to see if Fender.com is a guitar website. Welcome to Fender. What's your skill level? I just started learning. Sign up now. No, I don't want to. Boost your skills bundle. Okay, if I did not know this was a guitar, I don't see any guitars on here. I see a phone, and they're advertising their app, and it says normally $200. It's crossed out $129.99. Boost your skills bundle. Like, I would not know that this was a guitar site because, okay, I scroll down now, I see guitars. Because Fender is a guitar, and I just happen to know that. But if I did not know that, I would be so confused. Like, what are you selling me? Amps. There's a site. Oh, wow. I'm going to close out of that. Actually, I know what the Fender website looks like now. What did it look like in 2003? Or 2004, because I still had that. I don't want to change that. Fender.com. I did not see this back in the day. I've never been on the Fender site until just now, so I don't even know what to expect. Like, did they even have a website back then? I'm sure they did. Nothing was found. Okay. They might not have had a website, or it wasn't archived. Okay, what else? I would do Google, but that's everyone does Google. That's usually they jokingly type, "Hey, I'm gonna do Google." Like actually. Okay, why am I doing early 2000s? I should stick to the 90s. The whole this episode is about 90s, so I'm moving it back to 1999 and going to do eBay.com. Haha, sorry this page isn't allowed because the PayPal eBay security team falsely reported the old net as a phishing site. Well, that's messed up. So eBay's out. Okay, Craigslist.com, 1994. Yeah, this hasn't changed at all. I'm not surprised because if you go to Craigslist now, it looks like a 90s website. Okay, speaking of a site that's barely changed, even though the last year or so it has changed, but for the longest time, this site did look like a 90s site. Let's see. Snopes didn't have... Wait, did I type that wrong? Snopes.com. Yeah, I typed it right. If a link cannot be loaded, that means it's not archived in the Wayback Machine. Literally, it does not exist. Or the coding failed. It's billing. Okay, maybe I don't know when Snopes was launched. I'm gonna just do 96. I know it was 90 something. It doesn't exist. Okay. Let me go way ahead. I say 2003. Doesn't exist. Okay, yeah, they didn't archive it. That's fine. Okay, let's go back to 94. What should I look up now? Unsolved.com. Because literally, the first time yep, there it is. 94. What? 96, I mean. Very first time I ever heard of a website. I don't remember when it was. My mom and I used to watch Unsolved Mysteries every week, and then like reruns and stuff when I was a kid in the 90s. It was amazing. Still is. I listen to the podcast. Oh yeah, there's an official Unsolved Mysteries podcast now, and I love it. Anyway, and Robert Stack said to go to unsolved.com, and I'm thinking like a physical location. I was like, oh, what's that? And like, we were like, I don't know. What's unsolved.com? I didn't even know what a website was. Yeah, I was so confused. Go to unsolved.com to find out more. I was like, what? Where is that? Do we have an unsolved.com here where we live? But now I'm finally on. I've been to the website. Obviously, they have an app, and I have it on my phone, and like my first time ever going to unsolved.com was actually in high school. Surprisingly, wasn't blocked, and it was basically just like they had like a list of every episode and like the details. It's kind of like what I did with my show, with my website, is every episode had its own page and like information on it, and that's what they did. Like every single episode had like details about the case, and like if you have any more info, contact here. And I was going through it one day in high school, and then I did it several times over the years. And after the Netflix revival, I went on the website. It used to be very basic. If there's any site that should be basic, it's Unsolved, because to me, like, that's a 90s thing. And so like it was a very basic looking website, and it worked. It just worked. And then when they did the revival on Netflix, you go to unsolved.com now, and it's like, again, I know Flash isn't the thing, but it's like way too Flash heavy, and it's like too flat, what? I went to flash.com. Hang on. Unsolved.com. And it was just like, wait. Oh, they must have changed it. Because now it's just the red logo. Volume 3 coming. Season 3 coming next summer. And then submit a story. Let's see. I hope they still have. Because one thing that was really cool was you could just go through. They're more focused on. Oh wait. Season 1, Episode 1, YouTube. You can't watch it on YouTube, can you? They wouldn't just dump them on YouTube. They did. A 48-hour and 48-minute episode, Season 1, Episode 1. It's on YouTube. Like, wow. Like, I watched the old Robert Stack Unsolved Mysteries on Amazon Prime, and I'm like on Season 3, and they just put them on YouTube. That is awesome. And so, like, I'm sitting there like, they're just money hungry. They only care about the new Netflix thing. They don't care about well, like, they're just throwing the old ones up. Like, they're not asking for money. But my thing is, where's the old stories? Because you could, there's the podcast. Let's see. Podcast, Apple Podcast, Spotify, radio.com. I didn't know that was a thing. Yeah, like, you could look at all of, like, the old stories. But I just see a submit a story. There's send a tip. I want to read the old stories. See, that's what I mean. Like, the site looks better than when I was here like a couple years ago when they did the Netflix thing. But like, I want to be able to just browse the stories. Let's see. I think I still have the app. I'm gonna see. I do. I have the app. Let's see. Unsolved Mysteries. They want my location. They want access to my thing. Record video. Why do you want to record video? Unsolved Mysteries. Loading. Please accept our privacy. I have read and continue. I have not read. Watching episodes of a tip. Suggest a mystery. The mysteries. Okay, why did they... I'm not upset that they put the stories on the app. I'm upset that they only put the stories on the app. I don't see how to access it from the website. Wait. There's a search feature. Let's see. A search a story. Marfa Lights. I remember that was an episode of the old show. Nothing found. No results for Marfa Lights. So they got rid of the old stories on the site, but they kept them on the app. Let's see, Legend. Yep, all these stories are still here. And there's Marfa Lights. I just scrolled down to it. Well, if you want to read the old Unsolved Mysteries stories, download the app. They're not on the website anymore. Or you could go to theoldnet.com, and then, actually, I have it set to 96. I'm going to change it to, let's see, when did I first go on it? I'm going to say 2008. You type unsolved.com, hit go, and okay, that's advertising the reboot with the Dennis Farina. I didn't like that version, but there's the stories. Let's see, Legends, and okay, nothing's loading. Alright, let's see. Marfa Lights. It didn't type anything. Marfa Lights. Cannot post Wikipedia search. Why is there a space between wiki and pedia? Oh, hey. Let's see. 94. I know it wasn't back then, but okay. Wikipedia.com. I don't know when Wikipedia was launched. Let's see. We started work January 2001. We've got over 3,000 pages already. We want to make over 100,000 pages. So let's get to work. Write a little or a lot about what you know. Oh, I didn't even start at the top. Welcome to Wikipedia. We're writing a complete encyclopedia from scratch, collaboratively. We started work in January. This looks different. Let's see. Some questions you might have are answered below, but why not first explore a few links? Philosophy, mathematics, statistics, science, physics, chemistry, biology. Let's see if they have history. Oh, they have history right here. History. What do they have? History of Levant. History of Asia. The Bronze Age. It's a free community project. Oh. Very different looking thing. Like, their pages are just like walls of text. I'm glad they changed that. Alright, what else? I'm gonna do... Alright, actually, hang on. How long have I been recording? Hour and 5 minutes. I'm gonna do one more search. And then I'm going to call it quits here. Let's see, 2003. I don't know when this was founded, but I'm going to say 2003 because that sounds right. I could totally be wrong. Something I've noticed is that if you get the date wrong, it'll like jump ahead to this link doesn't exist. So let's see. I'm gonna jump ahead again. Say first time I heard of it was in 2007, but I'm gonna go to 2005. And there it is. Whoa. Twitter in 2005. That's... I think they were probably heading in a different direction. It's like a dark blue, the logo, and it looks... The font is totally different. I don't like it. Okay, but I did say that was the last one, so I'm going to end this here. Got a little distracted, but that's what this show is about. It's literally called The Digressor. But at least I stayed in the same vein of topic. That doesn't even make sense. Okay, yeah, there is one update I forgot to say at the beginning. So I realized a couple days ago, I actually tweeted about this. I realized a couple days ago I actually forgot to make a video for my last episode. And I started to freak out, like, oh no. But then I went to the YouTube channel for the podcast, and I was looking through all the videos, and most of them have no views. They're a view here and there, and then the asexuality one has 11 views. I think that was just because it was Pride Month, and I shared it in an asexuality Facebook group I'm in. So that's actually the hardest part of doing the show, because the recording and the posting, that's not that hard. And then I slap a logo together real fast, that's not hard. The hard part, the thing I say I don't have time for, is making the video, because that takes the longest time. And I'm putting all that work into it, and no one's even watching them. So I'm probably just gonna not do the videos anymore, at least not for now. Because, yeah, no one's even watching them. And in fact, I'm looking at my analytics. I mean, not right now, but I was looking at my analytics after I looked at that, and most of places I put my show, no one's listening. It's mostly on Spotify and Apple Podcasts that people listen. But the good thing is that I post it on Podcastics, which is my hosting site, and they automatically put it everywhere. So that's not really a big deal to me. It's not like I'm manually uploading it to every single one of these sites. I just upload it to one, and then it gets sent out to these other sites. So, like, that's not a big deal. However, I am manually doing the YouTube videos, and those aren't getting watched, so I'm probably not going to do those anymore. At least for now. At least until I have more time. Because they were fun to do. But, again, no one's watching them, and I don't have a lot of time. And, yeah. But now that I'm taking that off of my list of things to do for the shows, I actually might do this more. Because, like, again, like, the reason I would say, I don't have time to do the podcast is because I had to make time to do the video. And since I don't have to do that anymore, I have more time to do this. Because, yeah, I'm just repeating myself at this point. I do want to start doing something on here that I was thinking about doing. Podcast recommendations. There is a show that I started listening to. I keep forgetting to mention stuff. For the longest time, I haven't been able to get on, to use Twitter Spaces. I mean, not to, like, get on them, because, like I mentioned, Pixie. She's a podcaster, and she's on Twitter, and she does Twitter Spaces all the time. I join hers, and we talk and all that, but I haven't been able to host my own until now. Last week, I actually, I hit the plus button to do a tweet, and it said start. Actually, hang on, I don't even remember what it says. Okay, so I tap the plus. It says tweet, GIF, photos, spaces. And I was like, so I tapped spaces, and it had this thing, like a page, like, hey, spaces is this, and this is what it means, and this is what you can do. And then it's like, I hit next, and it says name the thing, and I typed my first space, and then I was trying to figure out, because I went live, and I went to try to figure out how to invite Pixie to join, and like while I was like looking around trying to figure out how to add her, she added herself. So I was like, oh well, you just saved me some time. But then like she was inviting some of her friends, and one of them was someone named Emily, but her name was actually really cool. The way she did hers was MLE. So like later I was like, so what's your name? She said Emily. I was like, oh, that is clever. She hosts a podcast called Unnatural. It's a true crime podcast with her friend Andy. Actually, I had to go on the podcast. He doesn't have I just realized he doesn't have a Twitter. It just says Andy. Like her name has her Twitter handle next to it, but it just has hashtag True Crime Podcast, which I don't think. Let's see. No, that's just the hashtag. I want to follow him. Anyway, but so I think they just started. Actually, hang on. It's not. There's only like 16 episodes currently, and I caught up in like 3 days, and it's an amazing show. Let's see. 17 episodes. They just started April 17th, and their most recent episode actually was July 6th. But then they've had 3 bonus episodes, which the most recent was August 24th, which I didn't count that because they're not numbered. So that's why, like, when I say this is my 43rd episode, and I have 3 minisodes. I don't count the minisodes or the introduction. Otherwise, it'd be like 47 episodes. So that's what I mean. Like, they have 13 episodes plus 3 bonus episodes. But anyway, like, I'm going to do a podcast recommendation in every episode now. And this week, or I want to start doing this show weekly again. So this week, not this time, I want to recommend Unnatural. It's a true crime podcast. Actually, I'm just going to read the about section. Unnatural is a true crime, spoopy campfire storytelling podcast. I think either they worded this wrong or I read this wrong. Unnatural is a true crime, spoopy campfire storytelling podcast hosted by two friends, Emily and Andy. Emily is a veteran true crime buff, journalist, and self-proclaimed blurter of brilliance. Andy is a radio genius with a creative soul. That's a rock band. With a creative soul and a love for music. Speaking of rock band, together we create an unnatural duo. I see what you did there. Coming to you each Wednesday with a new episode that will be sure to give you the creeps. I think they're like on a summer break. That's probably why. I think that's why they haven't really done much lately. But yeah, they keep talking about when we come back. So, but I do recommend it. It's really good, and she was really fun to talk to during the spaces. And after a while, Pixie had to go, and it was Emily and I one-on-one, and I like asked her questions like, "Is your show graphic?" And she was like, "Sometimes." It's not too bad. Like, yeah, I've see, the reason I ask that is like I don't usually mind too much if a true crime podcast gets graphic, but it's just, when it's like all the time, always, and it just sometimes it just feels like they like sensationalize it by like you don't have to go into all the little details like that. There's times where it's done well, like Paige, the referee true crime. If she does it, you can tell like she's telling you all these details, so you like understand what the victim went through, so you can sympathize with them. But then like there's other podcasts that do it, and it's like they're just wanting this to be entertaining. Like, oh, this is disgusting. This is gory. This is what the fans want. Like, no, not really. Not the way you do it. And so like I was like, that's basically what I was asking her. But I listened to all the episodes. They don't get like that. They tell the stories really well. It's really entertaining and informative, and I highly recommend it. And I'm going on an hour and 18 minutes. So I am going to go now. So have a good